Alright guys, I'm going to show you real quick like here how we're going to do a little UV mapping on a van. Alright, so I have my van created, and what I'm going to do first here is bring up our little paint palette. Alright, and then I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to make it active the paint faces tool. So I go there and you'll see that it's active. You'll see this little, looks like a little paintbrush. Now I'm going to right click to get out of it. There we go. Now I'm going to come over here to the van, and I'm going to right mouse click to go into edit mode, and I'm going to spin her around, move out of the way, and then I'm going to highlight the entire side of the van. Now I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to come back over to my paint thing, expand it out. Now I'm going to color this side green. And what you're doing is you break your mesh down by painting different sections different colors, and it helps, I guess, with the UV mapper. So what I'm going to do now again is highlight the side there. I'm going to click on the paint face, and it paints it green. Now it's still active for paint faces, and that's fine. So what I'm going to do is go down here to planular UV mapping, because I like to use the planular a lot, and I'm going to left mouse click on it, and you'll see that it changed this new cage selector. And it's going to be real hard to see, but there's like this little, I don't know what color it is, brownish thing, and it'll be down one side, and you always want it across the bottom because that shows where the bottom is. Alright, so I have that selected there. And it's right now it's being mapped. And now I right click on the arrow key, the tool select, and it's at -90. You can adjust it actually. Let me show you. You'll see you could actually adjust it out for your mapping, but I want it at -90, so -90, enter, and then I'm going to click again on the tool selector button, and that's what's going to lock it in. So there we go. So that's locked in. I can close that out. And now if I bring up the UV map editor and use the button first off the little blue triangle here, if you left mouse click, you can move around. Right mouse clicking zooms and comes in. The little arrow keys will scroll through your UV mapping. Now you see it's a little out of shape, a little funny looking. So I'm going to click up here, and this is my select with the rectangular, and I'm going to highlight it all, and then just like with the other cage, you can scale. So I'm going to scale it down so it looks like the van again, and I'm going to scale that in a bit, and then move it way off to the side, and then you'll see I'll back up. Alright, you see there's one side of the van, there's the other side of the van. So I can highlight that again, and I'm going to bring it down, highlight this guy, bring him over, and maybe up. And it's real simple to do all of your UV mapping that way. Maybe I'll show you with the top here. Alright, so we'll click that off. Oh, actually, because I'm actually remapping this, so I'll do, which one will I do? I'll do just the sides of my bumper here. So again, I'll change my color to, say, a yellow. And now I'm going to right click again, and I just want to do faces, I'm just going to do the sides of the bumper, you'll see. Hold on that guy. And I'm going to hold down the control key and get that guy right there. Spin around, holding control key again. Because when you hold down the control, you can select multiples. Alright. That's all for the little nips. It's just the very ends of the things. I call it the nips. And I'm going to go again with my planular UV mapper. Click on that. And you'll see how it's only doing them two back ones real odd like. So what I want to do, let me see here. Come down and rotate it. Nope, sorry. You have to scroll in here. It helps sometimes if you scroll in for these things to show back up. So I'm going to click here and rotate it around, and you can see this is pretty good. You can see what I'm talking about, the color, this brownish thing. I want that facing down. So what I'm going to do is spin that around. Right mouse click on the tool. I'm going to take it to -90. Enter. And then take that back down to 0, 0. And now it should, and what it's doing is it's going to map from this side that you see the thing, it's going to map through there and through that one. So actually, if you had any lettering on that side of the little bumper, it would actually come up backwards because you're coming in through the back, if you understand what I'm saying. Alright, so then again, left mouse click button on the tool. And that's what's in that, locked it in. Now if I bring up my UV map editor and scroll a little, let me go through all these. I did not color it. Alright, that's why. I forgot to color them. So what I'm going to do here again, select it. I'm going to go again to my face, highlight him, hold down control, U, spin her around, U, still holding control, so they're all selected. I'm going to paint those faces. Okay, now you see that they're yellow. The paint tool still active. That's what's keeping me active here. Hit my planular, then again rotate it out, and I want it to be -90. Take that back down to 0. And now that'll be fine. Left click the tool button. We'll close that out. Bring up my UV map editor again. Scroll through. I'm going to zoom out. And let me get those. And bring them down. They're actually pretty small. And now I'm going to move them in closer together. So I'm just going to keep that active. Go to this guy here. Slide him over. Keep him in a little group. Alright. Then we'll back ourselves up. And you'll see the little guys right there. Now, let me try to think of a little tip here. This here, I think it's Define Edge tool or something. You can actually select the color of what your outline will be. You see how it turned everything red there? And it's nice for if you use a different color. I'm going to show you in a second here. Now this is a little tip for when you're UV mapping. What we're going to do here is close that out. And in order to get your UV map to line up, what I like to do is go to my texture folder and I created a white one that's 1024 by 1024. I think that's the one. Nothing's popping up here. So I'm going to use my checkerboard pattern. I'm going to drag that onto the paint, and I'm going to paint the entire thing. Okay, then if I bring up my UV map better, it's going to be really hard to see. Alright, I want for that to stand out, so I'll go with red. How about white? White might make it stand out better. There you go. It's really hard to see, but you'll see that your 1024 by 1024 map is right there. And now you know to keep everything within those lines. So we come up and highlight these guys and bring them. It's hard to see in a video. Whoops. Undo. Select that whole guy there. Bring him over. So that's going to keep that all on a map. So when you export it out as a bitmap, all your UV maps, all of your UV mapping parts will actually show up. And you know, to export out to a bitmap, you go here, save it to a JPEG file. But all right, that's a real basic how to do UV mapping. Like I said, just showing you two little things. You should be able to figure out how to do the rest of them. And we'll close that out, and I'll get rid of that. But anyway, so I hope I explained it correctly to you, and that you can figure this stuff out. All right, guys, that's UV mapping the van. All right, thanks for stopping by and watching. By the way, this is Joe again, using Cam Studio open source.